it's just a joyful place to be. People support independent business, they try new things, they're kind to each other, it's noisy.
Hi there T-Birds, it's Sophie and I'm the Community Coordinator for Bird & Blend Tea Co. I've been the woman behind the camera bringing you all of the tea from inside the nest. The tea started as a bit of a brainchild from the digital team. We think Bird & Blend is such a fun place to work, why not share it with you all? Each month I'll be bringing you the fun bits, the exciting projects, the gossip and much more from the team. So sit back, relax and grab a cuppa. And I'll see you on the other side.
Hi Kim.
Hi.
So what happened with the Mother's Day stuff?
Yeah, so slightly hectic week. So we had some lovely cakes coming in from Positive Bakes, who's our collab partner for the Mother's Day cake gift box. But unfortunately, they got so cold in transit due to the dry ice that it actually kind of wrecked the plastic-free packaging, the Soilon packaging. So slightly mad week for us. So the Positive Bakes were amazing. Like we were almost at the day that we had to ship all the cakes out to the customers, and we had no cakes. Basically, we couldn't send any of them out. So what they did for us is they baked us a whole new batch, and then at the end of the day at night, I left Brighton, and they drove down from Leicester to meet me with a second batch of cakes so that we could send them out in time for Mother's Day. So yeah, slightly strange rendezvous in a dark car park at 9 at night. It's looking cardboard box switch over, but they were all just cakes. So luckily it was all good in the end. Positive Bakes really saved the day actually, so it was good that we got it all sorted and got it all where it needed to be. Yeah.
Cool. Yay for Positive Bakes.
Now, when we're on the road, I think Oats is a better one. We're filming this.
Yes.
Should I not stare at it? Like, where are we?
Hi Ria! Hello! What have we been up to today?
We have been blue sky thinking and we've been coming up with like lots of exciting, innovative ideas of what we can do for the future and trying to think out of the box.
Oh cool, what kind of things did we come up with?
So far, a few of them, we've gone smell-o-vision, obviously. We started with scratch and sniff. We thought that was a little bit more basic, but smell-o-vision and tea teleportation were a few ideas we came up with today, which we thought would be very exciting.
Aww.
Another idea we had, which is also a little bit of an advancement for the future, was tea holograms. So with that, it would be like one of us transporting into your living room and telling you all about tea and what tea would be your favourite and why.
Sounds amazing. Did you have a nice time?
I did, I had fun. I drank some tea, had an elbow cramp, it was good.
Cool, thank you Ria. Bye!
Thanks, bye!
Here we are in Worthing. We couldn't find the unit, but we found it now! Yay!
Yeah, we're just having a little show round. We have a show round.
Yeah. This is what the film will look like. Loads and loads of really higgly-piggly.
Yeah.
We're moving to just one long wall. So for filming, it's going to be up there. It's like to be production. So wherever it will be, maybe. And you know we have the community boards in all the shops. It's going to be one of the community boards, but it's going to have, when you have the shop team, there's like 5 pictures. It's going to be everyone who works in the building will have their picture on it. So at the moment there's about 35 people work here.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then where we've kind of put the partition in, that's going to be glass. And then this is the big room. Well, second big room. The big room downstairs is bigger. So this will be the staff room, and we'll be using it for meetings and stuff. And playing N64 on the massive telly. Out here, we're going to put rubber tiles down and kind of outside seating and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the team want to put flower beds out here, but we need to check what the rating of the roof is. You can see why I came here was like, we can stick solar panels on.
Yeah, definitely.
And I almost feel like we have to, because the first thing the surveyor said when we came here is, why didn't they put windows in the roof? We have to have the lights on the whole time, but we wouldn't have ever.
Who are you?
My name is Chrissy and I am co-founder of Bird and Blend and technically also creative director.
What do you do in Bird and Blend?
Oh, I mean, what don't I do or what haven't I done at some point, you know, over the years, I've done all sorts, but day to day I help support and grow the creative side of the business, so anything from product development, campaign work, new product launches, how things look, how our customers feel, the website, the fun stuff, and I also do all of the blend creation, which is also very fun, new tea flavours and that sort of thing. And then as well, I you know, help run the business. Mike and I do that together. Bird and Blend started 8 years ago, which in many ways feels like a really long time, but in some ways doesn't feel very long at all. And it started as an idea between Mike and I to start a business that would enable us to do good and to sort of take a bit of control over our lives and also other people's lives in a positive way. We tried lots of different business ideas and we settled on tea because I had been working in the tea industry a little bit, and we knew it needed to be like a really people-focused business and a creative business, and tea mixology and tea blending sort of, and having stores and that sort of experience and events kind of ticked all the boxes. So yeah, that's where we went. We didn't actually start life in Brighton. We started life, like I said, it was in a pub in Canada that we wrote down the ideas to start with, and then we came home and moved back in with my mum, who told me that I could have 6 months rent-free before I had to get a real job. Not that she'd admit she said that now, but that is definitely what she said. And Mike and I set about creating like 20 teas, and we went to markets all over the country just to try and get people interested. And we were set on being in Nottingham, and we actually had an offer in on a shop on the Market Square about a year later, and randomly Brighton Food Festival gave me a call and said, we've got a spare pitch this weekend, someone's recommended you, will you come down and be at our food festival? And I'd never even been to Brighton before, and so we got in this like clapped out van that we had, and like we used to sleep in the back and then put all the stock in the front, and came down to Brighton for the bank holiday weekend, and I absolutely loved it. And then on the drive back to Nottingham on the M25, I said to Mike, like, I think we should move to Brighton and open a shop. The reason is because it's just a joyful place to be. You know, people support independent business, they try new things, they're kind to each other, it's noisy. People support each other, you know, independent business is really supported and championed. There's a lot of like really good values down here, loads of different types of people, it's a fun place to be, the sea's beautiful, and I think we just felt drawn to it for the first store, and then we accidentally just got stuck. and now the brand's just grown and most of the team are down here, and I'm really glad actually because we now get associated as a Brighton brand, and I'm really proud to think that that's the case, because the values, the eco values, the indie, the fun, you know, it is what we are and it is what Brighton is as well.
Please explain what a Bluebird Day is.
Okay. So this would make more sense if we were still called Bluebird Tea Company, but we're not. So we changed our name about 4 years ago now, maybe more. And but we were called Bluebird, and we were called Bluebird because of this concept of a Bluebird Day, which is a Canadian term, which means like bright blue skies basically. And it's like the perfect day that comes once a year, and everyone just goes and enjoys the sunshine and has this amazing time. And Mike and I very much wanted to remind ourselves of that feeling and remind ourselves that there are like bigger things out there to achieve and to bring into your life. I think one of the main things that sticks to me about Bluebird Day is that there was this sign that was on a business's window and on the school window actually as well, that said like, it's a Bluebird Day, we've gone out to play type thing. And I just think, yes, we wanted to start a business, and yes, we do need to make money, and yes, we want to be successful, but also I want us to create a business that enables us to put a sign on the door and say like, it's a Bluebird Day, go and have your life basically. Yeah, and then the interesting thing about that as well is obviously your Bluebird Day could be different to my Bluebird Day. My Bluebird Day would be probably up a mountain somewhere, but someone else's Bluebird Day might be like snuggling with their friends and reading books and whatever. Someone else's Bluebird Day might be on a beach with their dog, you know, and I think that's sort of an embracement of life basically.
What's your favourite brew?
That's such a tough one. I feel like I have a go-to like section of the tea wall. It's usually rooibos or black tea, like flavoured with milk. So chais, I've got a sweet tooth, so anything with chocolate or like Vicky sponge cake, yeah. And new ones as well, I'm a bit of a magpie. But the thing is that with new ones is I usually develop them like 4 months ahead of when you guys get to try them. So by the time the Christmas teas launch, I was enjoying them in May. So I've had enough of them by Christmas.
Yeah. I'll say it first. And that's the tea.
And that's the tea. I looked straight at the camera. Sorry.
That's okay.
Let's go again. And that's the tea.